Cup Chelsea vs Leeds United prediction, team news, lineups preview. Reeling from their gut-wrenching EFL Cup final failure, a disconsolate Chelsea seek redemption in the FA Cup. As Leeds United head to Stamford Bridge for Wednesday's fifth-round showdown. While the Blues were bested 1-0 by Liverpool in front of the Wembley crowds on Sunday, Daniel Farke's troops rejoiced in a 3-1 beating of Championship leaders Leicester City on Friday night. Match preview. Mauricio Pochettino's opposite number Jurgen Klopp could have put together a full 11 of injured players before Sunday's EFL Cup final commenced, and with the Reds' absentee crisis worsening on the Wembley turf. The time was nigh for the Chelsea boss to finally end his English trophy hoodoo. However, even as Klopp called upon the kids to reinforce his ravaged unit, a passive Chelsea lacked a cutting edge and were ostensibly playing for penalties as the clock ticked down in extra time. Only to see Virgil van Dijk's glancing header Nestle into the bottom corner to decide the destiny of the crown. The Dutchman's contribution prolonged Pochettino's agonizing wait for a first major honor in English football. One which he could still potentially snap in the FA Cup, where Chelsea thrashed Preston North End 4-0 in round 1 before an impressive fourth-round replay beating of Aston Villa. Many an eyebrow was raised as the Blues played the Lions off the park at Villa Park, a ground where Unai Emery's men had been hitherto flawless, and Chelsea have progressed past the fifth round of the FA Cup 6 times in the last 8 seasons, while winning 13 of their last 15 matches at this juncture. The hosts' playing staff and crestfallen supporters are unlikely to have fully healed from Sunday's heartbreak by the time Leeds arrive at Stamford Bridge, where they are at risk of falling back into old habits. The Blues are winless in 2 straight home games after 7 successive triumphs from December 3rd to January 23rd. Speaking of winning streaks, a 6th consecutive victory across all competitions arrived for Leeds in Friday's tantalizing championship contest with leaders Leicester City, where Farke's men reduced the gap to the Foxes to just 6 points under the bright lights of Elland Road. Wout Faze's 15th-minute header propelled Leicester into a slender advantage, which the visitors would cling on to heading into the final 10 minutes, but a late Foxes capitulation saw Connor Roberts, Archie Gray and Patrick Bamford complete a stunning turnaround for the Whites. Still building up a head of steam in their quest for an immediate return to the big time, Leeds' second-tier record in 2024 remains unblemished. 9 wins from 9 games have arrived since the turn of the year, and the only contest that the Whites have not won since January 1st was their initial FA Cup fourth-round showdown with Plymouth Argyle. However, Farke's men rectified their Elland Road errors with a 4-1 extra-time crushing in torrid conditions at Home Park, thus reaching the 5th round for the 2nd year running. But they have failed to progress further since reaching the quarter-finals of the 2002-2003 edition. The Whites have to go back even further for their most recent success over Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which came in a December 1999 Premier League fixture, since when the Blues have earned 6 straight wins over their championship counterparts at their West London home. Team news. While Liverpool left Wembley much worse for wear, albeit with winners' medals around their necks to boot, Chelsea did not pick up any fresh injury concerns in the EFL Cup final. Although Thiago Silva's groin issue did not heal in time for the 39-year-old to be involved. Whether Silva is fit enough to marshal the backline on Wednesday, only time will tell. Mark Cucurella ankle is in the same boat, but Wesley Fofana knee, Reece James thigh, Leslie Ugochukwu thigh, Romeo Lavia thigh, Carney Chukwuemeka ankle and Benoit Badiashile groin remain unavailable. However, Robert Sanchez was back in the matchday squad at Wembley and could be one of several players to benefit from the tight turnaround. A list which also comprises Trevoh Chalobah, Alfie Gilchrist, Noni Madueke, Christopher Nkunku and Michaelo Mudryk. Cole Palmer is unlikely to be rested, though, as Pochettino revealed in his pre-game press conference that the hapless Christopher Nkunku faces another 3 to 4 weeks out with an unspecified injury. Another potential replacement for the Frenchman in the middle, Cesare Casadei, is cup-tied. Leeds can empathize with Chelsea on the defensive injuries front, as all of Karl Darlow finger Pascal Struij groin and Stuart Dallas hip are confined to the treatment room and will play no part in the fifth-round tie, but Sam Byram leg is back in training and might be available. However, Byram's imminent return was the only piece of good news that Farke had to share in his pre-game press conference, as he revealed that Jorginho Rutter hip, Crescencio Somerville ankle and Patrick Bamford calf/ankle were serious doubts for the fixture. Daniel James is expected to battle back from a bruise to make himself available, though, while Ethan Ampadu should be given the nod from the off against his former employers. Chelsea possible starting lineup: Sanchez, Gusto, Gilchrist, Chalobah, Colwill, Gallagher, Fernandes, Madueke, Palmer, Mudryk, Sterling. Leeds United possible starting lineup: Meslier, Roberts, Ampadu, Cooper. Firpo, Groove, Kamara, Nanto, Gray, Anthony, Pyro. We say, Chelsea 2-1 Leeds United. As well as finding the back of the net for fun, Leeds have also prided themselves on a rigid defensive structure in 2024. Faze's opener for Leicester on Friday was just the fourth goal that they have conceded in their 12-game unbeaten run. A jelly-legged and confidence-depleted Chelsea may have their work cut out for them as a result. But Pochettino is blessed with a few options for change up front, and we still expect the Blues to restore a small sense of pride with a slender win to reach the quarter-finals. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.